My name is Askana, Ratifa, Yulian, and I'm from SMA Daarut Tauhiid boarding school, Putri. Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you love music? And what is music to you? Is it just a hobby, a core activity, or a destiny? So here I will present a story of a teenage boy and how music will bring his life. Under the title, Inside of the Unknown Melody. So here the story is. The stars glittered across the night sky and the cool breeze moved softly through the air. In the middle of the city's restless noise, Radia sat quietly on the porch of his quiet home. It had become his routine, plucking a few guitar strings into harmony, but his voice was blending with the notes. Oh, oh, I want to know where I can go. You're not around, and I'm feeling down. His lips were singing, his hands were strumming without thinking. But tonight, something was different. He didn't know the reason why, but he felt strange heaviness inside him. One morning, as he tied his shoes, he wanted to go to the studio. Radia, where are you going? It's time for school, his father shouted from inside. Really, Dad? After everything, you still ask me where I'm going? He was annoyed with his father because it had been a normal thing. When he was bored, he will do the only thing that he loves. Unexpected, his father stepped into him and asked, "You really love that guitar, huh?" "Yeah, you already knew it, Dad," he replied. "Then go on, play it well. Who knows, maybe it'll take you somewhere," his dad said. Because in the end, his father can't forbid what his son likes and just support him. And the funny thing is, he was wondering the same. Why was only music that feels real? Music has all been his refuge. It was the only thing that kept him moving through this nonsense of life. When school felt boring and music just all he had and all he wanted. But he didn't know where the line of his life will go. But lately, something feels different, and it started from here. One day, in band practice, Radia felt that he heard something weird. "Do you guys hear that?" he asked suddenly. All band activity stopped. Then his bandmates looked at each other, confused. And then one of the band members replied, "You what, Radia? There wasn't any voices except the instruments. It's ours." He was sure that he heard something. Then he decided to go out from the studio. His focus was so messy since the time, and he can't do any activities. A strange melody had begun to follow him, haunting his dreams, even echoing in the wind as if it humming it back to him. One night, he woke up from his sleep with his breath was panting. His heart was racing so fast. In his dreams, the same haunting melody called him repeatedly. Ah, 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 ah. morning. That melody, why it's so strange? Why it comes? What does the melody wants from me? He asked like whispering, more to us to it. And he tried to ignore it and tried to convince himself it was nothing. But that sound kept on coming back again and again until it no longer felt like a dream, but as if something, if not someone, calling him. Until one evening, beneath a violet sky, that sound, he heard it. It called him again. It was near, clear, but this time, he decided to follow the source of the sound and strengthen his heart. With every step he took, the melody grew louder, and his feet has already knew the way, because he felt like there was someone who guided him. Then he found himself walking to the old building where they kept the instruments. There, he discovered a dusty amplifier. There lay a piece of paper on it. And do you know what was inside of that old paper? Inside of that old paper was musical notes. And this was the same note with the melody he heard these days. He stared, froze for a while, then screaming in disbelief. What? The paper? This was the same note. I thought that I was crazy, but I'm not. And suddenly, a voice from the past talked to him. You are the heir. Find your resolve. The word sent chills through him, especially when the voice, strange but familiar, seemed to ride along the cool evening wind. And it reminded him of something his father once at night, years ago, said. This country is free, but only from its colonizers, not from itself. And something in you can set it free, son. At the time, Radia had been so confused, because like how his father could say that word since he was too little to understand. What do you mean, Dad? Then the little Radia asked. But his father had never explained it and only left him with, one day you'll understand, son. And now he did. He finally found the answer of his unclear life. He had just realized that the melody was not just random sound. It was the voice of his ancestors who was guiding him toward the path he was meant to walk. Through lyrics, songs once penned and buried until nearly forgotten, to continue the struggle of their long silenced. And now, he finally understood why music chose him and why he acts so much. And he was ready to step forward to something greater, to carry their voices, their stories, to fight for their silence. Not with a row or shotgun, but with symphony of melody. Because now he knew his life, his music was not only for him, but for them, the people. The end.